6:52. Peter Franklin is the Gabby Cabby. The guy, the man in New York City, and he's on the line right now. Peter, good morning.
Good morning. I presume Sheldon Silver will not be with us today?
12 years. What do you think of that there, Peter?
Well, here's an example. Look, I got a little test for all of your nice listeners. So take a few minutes this morning.
Okay.
Go into your large closet.
All right.
And stay there for about a decade.
Yes.
I mean, I think people who haven't been in the slammer, and I'm proud to say I've been in the slammer occasionally, very minor things, so don't everybody get worried.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare for overnight.
Just overnight, I know. Yeah.
I mean, it's terrifying. It's the most terrifying thing in the world. I'm thinking to myself, and especially a guy like him, I don't know how in the world he's going to handle it.
How does he handle that? That's and is this going to be a posh prison? It's going to be a really nice place? Probably.
I think after a while they'll kind of take care of him, his buddies and his friends. What generally happens in these cases is it's a big deal. The guy goes off to jail. It really does sound like a nightmare because it is a nightmare. And after about a year, think of any politician that's been put away. You really never hear about them anymore.
Yeah. I was reading something in the Post the other day. They said one of the things that came out of this whole thing is he was doing the deed with somebody at a Rangers game. The fringe benefits that this man had.
Well, that's sacrilegious to do it at a Rangers game. As far as I'm concerned, you can do it at an Islanders game, but not a Rangers game.
And then the other is Ted Cruz stepping out. It looks like Donald Trump is going to be the man. What are your thoughts?
Well, I never liked the guy. I wouldn't have voted for him, but what a crushing blow. Can you imagine spending 13 months working your heart off, doing everything that he was doing, and then poof, it's gone like in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's on a human basis, it's a real sad story.
Did you feel bad? Did you feel bad for him? It is.
Yeah, I do. I feel bad for all people. So I could have hated. I didn't hate him, but let's say I could have hated him. And in about a week or so, I'll feel sorry for Sheldon. I don't know. I feel sorry for other people, but I don't think that's so unusual. I don't think I'm on my way to sainthood for that emotion.
And somebody wanted me to ask you about the barriers. The plexiglass barriers. I know we talked about it a little bit last week.
Ridiculous. It always was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The barrier that she is talking about is that separates me from you peasants. And that means you're not going to rob me or kill me, which is ridiculous. Because all you have to do is walk around to the passenger side, the window.
Sure.
Motion for me to roll down my window and stick a gun in my nose. Or you can sit in the back with the plexiglass there and say, I'm going to shoot you. And I'm going to say, I don't have to worry because the plexiglass will stop the bullet. Ha, ha, ha. So it's always been worthless and very dangerous because when I make a short stop, you go flying forward and you hit your head on it. Now, all of a sudden, they've decided to remove them, which is fine. But I don't know what took so long and what's the scam, except everybody bought and paid for them. Now, anybody need 13,000 dividers?
It'd fit nicely in your sedan.
Yeah, it'll come out, and it's really better. It will prevent me from smelling you and you from smelling me.
The one thing, though, that it did protect is the old Sopranos. You remember how they'd kill somebody? They'd get in the car and have the person usually in the passenger seat. But you could put the piano string around and kill them from behind. They won't be able to do that to you.
For a talk show host, you sound pretty experienced with that stuff.
I'm just saying.
Is that why there's there's no other talk show hosts in your area?
That's what happens. This is what goes on, Peter.
Okay.
Nathan's Famous is rolling back prices on their dogs to 1916 prices for their 100th anniversary.
Yeah, well, and at some of the local stores, they're doing it even on a weekly basis.
Wow.
And they're not going to get any more business. They're nice people, I think. It's for 5 cents. Nathan's is a must-go place at Coney Island. Coney Island is getting fixed up all the time. The city's finally putting some money into it, so I highly recommend it. It's very earthy. It's kind of, grungy. But, it's not the Hamptons.
Yeah.
But, it's not dangerous. You don't have to really worry about going to Coney Island. Lots of boardwalk, lots of police. But anyway, Nathan's doing it to celebrate their 100th anniversary, which is kind of neat. I guess we just did a commercial for them, but they don't need the money.
And it's at the original Nathan's, right?
Yeah, the one on Coney Island. And
so the problem with that is hot dogs will be 5 cents.
Wow.
But it will be from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Saturday, May 28th, which is Memorial Day weekend. The problem is the lines, Peter. The lines.
There'll be maybe 2 people show up.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Do you want? As a matter of fact, send me out there to cover it live. This is Peter Franklin standing on the boardwalk at Nathan's. The Franks are 5 cents a piece, but gee, there's nobody here.
Will Ferrell, you want to pipe in on this?
I hate him. Will
Ferrell doing a comedy about Ronald Reagan's struggle with Alzheimer's. I
was so, first of all, thank God it hasn't hit my family, including me yet.
Yeah.
But Alzheimer's, from what I've seen, is the most draining, horrible nightmare for not only the person, but for the family. And to go after Reagan, and he probably had it, okay? He was kind of strange towards the end. But you don't make fun of that. Everybody was honing in the thing, that's the liberal, left-wing, Democratic Hollywood that's making fun of the Republican president. I don't think that was the issue. The issue is, that hurts. Just the fact that I've said the word 3 times has probably brought pain to 6 of your listeners.
I'm not sure that a comedy about someone with Alzheimer's would be received well, even if it wasn't about Reagan, right?
No, you're right, exactly.
Yeah.
The media seemed to concentrate on the fact that it was a political thing, because of Hollywood's attitude towards Reagan. But it was it's a horrible thing. It's a scare. It's like cancer. I don't want to scare everybody today, but there's certain words you don't even say.
Looks like I've gone over time here, Peter, but I did want to ask you your thoughts quickly. McDonald's opening in Pakistan.
Yeah, well, it's a funny kind of a story because they're talking that the Taliban doesn't like it and they're telling people not to go to McDonald's. If that doesn't show the evolution of the media, marketing, publicity world, it's just that the Taliban says the food is crap. Excuse me, connoisseurs.
Yeah, apparently they never had the double cheeseburger with extra pickles.
Well, that's the problem with their whole world. Yeah. They don't know what that is to walk in a lot and have a cheeseburger, which they wouldn't have anyway because it's meat.
The best tour in New York City, and now without a divider made of plexiglass.
Yes, I never do a tour. I do a tour in a real car. I wouldn't subject somebody to sitting in a New York City taxi cab for a whole day.
Gabby.com for details. Peter, thank you so much. WIBX Utica. Rome, it's 7 o'clock.